Welcome to The Quick Fix, a series that gives you wellness tips that are founded in research and that are practical and easy to apply in your life right now. These are short episodes that focus on all aspects of wellness: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, financial, professional, and personal. The goal is to help you and I to live lives that are healthy and soaked with meaning and purpose. So let's get going. Welcome to this episode of The Quick Fix. The tacit and now increasingly explicit ethos in most organizations is produce, perform, put in the hours and compete at all costs. This pressure tends to destroy any equilibrium that an individual might want for one's life or relationships. Today, I'd like to increase your awareness of how the office and organization ethos puts your marriage and relationships at risk. Perhaps with this awareness, you can prevent the danger of falling down this slippery slope and not allow the organization pressure to put a crack in your personal relationship. Now, my goal is not to scare you or accuse all organizations of being like this, but to alert you and your partner. So be sure to share this episode with him or her so that together you are empowered to build a wonderful relationship. And this is especially critical if both partners are working. Now there is a part 2 to this series, so be sure to follow or subscribe to this channel and do share your comments in the comments section or email me on coachtoolbox@gmail.com. So let's get going. I started earlier saying produce, perform. This is the demand from the organization. And if the workday involvement was not enough, there is now additional pressure to attend evening and weekend events, all aimed at building teamwork, increasing productivity, and fostering bonding. Have you ever tried wiggling out of these events? In the meantime, the slow erosion in the bond between a couple goes unnoticed. Be aware that it is a slow erosion. That's why it's so bloody dangerous. Contemporary research points to the adverse impact that issues such as workplace performance pressure, individual career expectations, peer pressure, organization culture, and logistics issues such as the daily commute, all these things have a tremendous adverse impact on the family well-being. Work-life balance almost seems a myth or legend that is shared to calm down a guilty conscience. Conflicts between work and relationship commitments impact almost every couple and family. And needless to state, work always wins. This work ethic can cause isolation between the couple as each partner is swept away by the organization ethos and pressure. Intimacy tends to get replaced by a feeling of competitiveness and who's getting a better or fairer deal, who's doing more, who's doing less, and so on. Competitiveness of the workplace seeps into the relationship. And sometimes even the toxicity of the workplace can seep into a relationship. Couples start feeling that their primary obligation is to work and not to each other. Here's a warning sign, perhaps the first warning sign, and that is not being able to spend time with each other. Not being able to spend time with each other. And here is a sign of the end times, that the end is near, which is not wanting to spend time with each other. So the first sign is not being able to, and a sign of the end times is not wanting to spend time with each other. Research suggests that each one of us has a defined capacity to bond and enjoy intimacy in relationships. If this entire capacity is taken up by the organization, and the organization would want this and demand this, then it's no surprise that there is no time, energy, or interest left in bonding as a couple. And since organizations demand it, they expect that you expend 100% of your capacity at the office itself. Research also shows that willpower works in a similar way. We each have a limited capacity for willpower, and starting from early in the morning till the time we reach home, almost our entire willpower capacity is expended by work-related issues or at the office. Which is why so many times by the time we reach home, we just have absolutely no willpower left to do anything constructive. On the contrary, we don't even have willpower left to be emotionally intelligent or sensitive. We just freak out. It's because the willpower has been exhausted at the office. Here is another warning sign. When relationships at work become more intimate than the ones at home. When relationships at work become more intimate than the ones at home. This one is loaded with danger. Be aware. Be aware. Other signs that the work ethos is endangering the couple are physical exhaustion, sleep deprivation, decreasing physical fitness, increasing alcohol or substance use, unhealthy eating, no communication, not doing fun things together, feeling blue, being angry or irritable all the time, and so on. These are the unfortunate outcomes that can flow from the belief that career achievement is higher priority than a close, intimate, personal relationship. Another warning sign, when a couple doesn't talk, really talk, not just discuss about the dabba or the day's logistics, but talk about the small things, the important things, the big things, the silly things. Take a moment and see if you can notice any of these warning signs in your own life or in the life of your partner. And before you say no, share this with your partner and ask for his or her feedback just to validate your assessment. You feeling hesitant to do it? What is that indicating to you? Well, things need not be like this. I'm not, a prophet of gloom and doom. With a little care and thought, couples can find togetherness and intimacy on a day-to-day work basis. So here are some ideas that both of you need to commit to and work into your schedules. And the key word is both. Number 1, actively plan to spend time each day with each other. Perhaps while one is doing the chores or both are doing the chores, some time with each other. Establish rituals such as having morning tea or doing an evening walk together. You must have together time. Some other things that you could try out is to call each other or spending time with each other over the weekend, and just each other, not with the family, not with the parents, not with the in-laws, just with each other. Make a commitment to talk and share the things that are going on in your life and in both your lives as a couple and as individuals. Find ways to laugh, joke, tease, have fun together, even if it is in the little moments. Another nice tip for you to try is to sit next to each other, even while one's doing one's thing. One could be watching or be on the net, or do something, but just sit next to each other. These are all baby steps in co-creating the relationship, or perhaps recreating the relationship. They sound simple, but each simple step goes such a long way in cementing your relationship. So don't let the office sabotage your relationship. Let's bring our episode to a close today. Today's episode is just an early warning for all of us so that we do not let the most important thing in our lives, our relationship with our partner and family, get sabotaged by the office. If you see some glimpses of a slow slide down this slippery slope by you or your partner, then it's not too late to start building in some recovery actions. I've suggested a few steps here to start with. If you think this is difficult, then I encourage you to reach out to a life coach or a counselor to support you to regain and rebuild what you want for yourself. And that's it for today. Thank you for listening. Please connect with us on coachtoolbox@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to follow, subscribe, and review this channel. Details of our ICF-approved coach training programs and our services as executive coaches and coaching supervisors are on www.globalcoachtrust.org. See you in our next session.